Hello, my name is Jeanine Hendrie. Our topic today is on balance. I'm a certified personal trainer specializing in balance and mobility. I am passionate about balance because we need it from the time we learn to walk into our older years. There are three very important elements that play a role in maintaining our balance. One large component is our visual component. Much like a figure skater needs to find a focal point to help them maintain their balance. Second is our sensory system. We need to be able to feel and be aware of different surface changes, like transferring from carpet to hard floors. Lastly is our inner ear, which is our vestibular system. This helps us to know when our head is moving from side to side or up and down. These three systems all work together to send the brain responses to help us maintain our equilibrium. As we age, these components may begin to diminish, and our risk and fear of falling may increase. It might make you turn down an offer from your children to join the grandchildren at a local pumpkin patch. I would like to share some exercises and progressions with you that will help us to maintain and increase our balance as we age. So we'll begin in a seated position with your ears over your shoulders and shoulders over your hips. We'll start with lifting our toes off the floor. This is called toe taps. We're strengthening the top of the foot to help ensure that we have a proper gait while moving forward, letting the heels strike the floor first. We'll move on to pressing those heels out in front for heel strikes, elongating the leg while maintaining an upright position. Coming back to center, we'll place our hands against our chest. Remember now, our belly button is your center of gravity. We want to move through the center of gravity and not leaning forward. So you're going to shift your weight forward and backward in your chair. Be mindful that your chin is parallel to the floor. You're not looking down. Now we'll progress by closing our eyes, taking away our vision. Transferring that weight forward and backward. Opening our eyes, we'll now move forward and backward, but adding a head movement. So I'm going to look up at the ceiling, finding a focal point, lean back in my chair and bring my chin to my chest, looking at something on the floor, fixing your gaze. Again, come forward as the chin comes up and back as the chin comes down. Try the same movement except closing your eyes and taking away the vision. Be mindful of the feeling under your feet as you transfer the weight forward, onto the feet, and back to the hips. Come back to center and open your eyes. We'll try the weight shift from side to side. Shift your weight to the right and shift your weight to the left. Now be mindful of the feeling of the weight transferring from the right hip to the left hip. Take away your vision and you move from side to side. Opening your eyes, coming back to center. We're trying the same weight shifting, but with a head movement. So shift your weight to the right and turn your head to the right. Like that figure skater, you're going to find a focal point. Shift your weight to the left and turn your head to the left. This is not a fast movement. Come back to center, and now we'll shift and close our eyes with the head turn. My eyes are closed as I turn my chin to the right, shift my weight to the left, and turn my chin to the left. And then return to center. We'll work on strengthening our legs, progressing to a sit to stand. But first, let's begin by trying to get up, but you decided to change your mind. So you get up about an inch or two and sit back down. You'll start to feel this getting fatigued and tired, working those thigh muscles. Once you're comfortable with this, you'll progress to standing all the way. I have a little trick. Try to bring your nose over your toes to alleviate the weight on your hips so your ascent will be easier. Slowly sit back down. Start slow. You can do 5 times, 10 times, 15 times. Once you're comfortable, you can add a little bit more increased strength training by holding this position for about 5 seconds to control your descent and then sit down. Now we're going to sit with our feet shoulder width apart. There's a clock vertically in front of us on the wall. We're going to reach our right arm up to the ceiling at 12 o'clock. Moving on to 1 o'clock. And a 2. I'm trying to reach as far as I can without feeling unstable. 3, 4, 5, and 6 will be straight down to the floor and return to an upright position. You'll repeat that same clock motion with the left arm moving down to 6 o'clock on the left. Now our clock is on the floor. We're going to reach forward now with the right arm to 12 o'clock and return to an upright position every time. And 1 o'clock, and 2, 3 is directly out to the side. Gets a little harder because we're going behind now with 4. You might not get to 6, but that's okay. 5 and 6. Come back to center. Again, you'll repeat the same thing on the left side. Now we'll slowly get up from a seated position, progressing and increasing our balance challenge. You may hold the chair if you need to, or slowly start to let go, or not at all. So we'll begin with those toe taps that we did while seated, alternating feet. Now we're mindful standing, our ears are over our shoulders, shoulders over our hips, hips over our knees, and knees over our ankles. Progressing to heel strikes out in front, reaching as far as you can while maintaining your balance. And now we'll do that same shifting of our weight from side to side while standing. So shift your body to the right and shift your body to the left. The shoulders stay stacked over your hips throughout the movement. Now we'll try this same movement with closing our eyes. This will increase the balance challenge because we've taken away the visual system. Come back to center, and we'll do this with head turns. So I'll shift my weight to the right and turn my chin to the right. Shift my weight to the left and turn my chin to the left. Remember to find a focal point while you're shifting the weight. This is not a fast movement. And then we'll try this with our eyes closed. So I'll shift to the right, turn my chin with my eyes closed. Shift to the left, keeping the eyes closed and my hand near the chair if I need it. Slowly come back to center. Now we'll place the right foot in front and the left foot behind. You may stagger your stance. The further your legs are apart, the easier the balance challenge will be. The closer your feet are directly in front of one another, the harder it will be. You can slowly begin to bring your feet closer in a tandem stance, the better you get with practicing the balance. Now we'll begin shifting our weight forward and backward. My shoulders move with my hips. My belly button is the center of gravity, so I'm trying to move through my center of gravity. Now I will try this with our eyes closed. Remember, your chin is parallel to the floor. You're not looking down at the floor. Open the eyes. Now I'll shift my weight forward and bring my chin up looking at the ceiling. Shift my weight back on the left foot and look down at the floor. Shift forward and look up, shift back and look down. Progressing, trying this with eyes closed. Again, it's not a fast movement. We've taken away the vision. We're working on our inner ear. And we'll come back to center. You'll repeat that same thing with your left foot in front. Now we'll do the clock that we did seated. The vertical clock now is in front of us. I'm going to reach towards the ceiling to 12 o'clock. I'm reaching as far as I can to challenge my balance before I feel the need to have to take a step. Taking that arm now out to the side to 3 o'clock. And down to 4. And 5. And 6 is all the way down. And come back to a standing position. You'll repeat with your left arm, the clock going from 12 to 6. Now the clock is on the floor horizontally in front of us. You're going to reach that right arm forward as far as you can without feeling like you need to take a step. Return to an upright position and move on to 1 o'clock. And back to center. And 2. And 3. And 4 is going behind us. 5, transferring that weight, moving that center of gravity, and back to 6 o'clock as far as you can. And again, you'll do the clock with your left arm as the clock is on the floor. We'll move on now to a walking pattern to help challenge our balance. You're going to begin walking on your heels forward. Try to be next to a wall so you have it for balance if needed. I'm lifting my toes and walking on my heels. Try to find a focal point ahead, not on the floor. Now we'll walk with head turns. Make sure when you walk, your heel hits the floor first to the ball of the foot. So it's heel and toe, and try to move your head from right to left. It helps if you find corners of the room to look at as you turn your head. So that will be your vertical focal point. Now we'll try a zigzag pattern. Take your right foot forward on a diagonal and bring your feet together. Left foot forward on a diagonal. And continue the zigzag pattern. The better and more confident you are, the larger the step you'll be able to take. Right foot angle, left foot angle, looking forward at your focal point. Now we'll try the grapevine step. You're going to take your right foot across in front, take a step. Right foot behind, take a step. Continue right foot front, right foot back, and then we'll move back, taking our left foot front and our left foot back. And that was the grapevine step. I hope I was able to share ways to help improve your balance, improve your confidence, reduce your fear of falling, and maintain your active life. Thank you very much for joining me.